I do cover, but I don't cover. But I do cover, but I don't cover. But I do cover, but I don't cover. Oh, it's windy out here. Windy. It's windy. Good morning. I'm out here doing a little hikey poo. It's a beautiful day. I get this question all the time. Why do you not cover certain nomads? Why do I, here's the deal. Certain nomads do not like my channel, okay? And it's not so much for what I say. What I say, I think, is pretty fair and right down the middle. I don't hardly ever say anything terribly negative about anybody. I kind of like, my philosophy is I'll let you talk about yourself. But, anyway. So, I'll let you put your foot in your mouth. So, yeah. So a number of nomads do, I guess the comments, they don't like the freewheeling comments. And again, I say, if you got a problem with a comment, copy it, paste it, send it to me at camodavidgmx.com, put problem comment on the subject line. I'll take a look at it and probably get rid of it. But, do that. I'm more than happy to take a look at comments that do make it through. Sometimes I literally do miss them. Sometimes my mods do literally miss them. It's hard to keep track of all these comments, especially when you're a massive channel like me getting so many views. But there are certain nomads that have just said, would you stop covering me? No, they don't stutter like that. Would you stop covering me? And I get it. If you are a particular person that is finding YouTube to be a place you don't like and putting your stuff up in public is not for you, if you were to take your channel down and say, I'm done with this public posting of my private information or my private life, if you're done with that, you take your channel down and then say, please don't cover me anymore. Well, there's not much to cover, but, I would gladly do that. Aww. There, I should baby sock. Hard at work. Think that'll fit me? It certainly is true. Oh, that's cute. Anyway, so yeah, a certain nomad who's got 50,000 subs or 100,000 subs or 200,000 subs and is putting out videos every week or every couple days or sometimes every day, and they come to me and they say, Dave, stop covering me. I kind of... Look, I'll put you on the back burner for a while, or I won't cover you as much, but if you're still putting stuff up in front of the public on YouTube, I still feel like I have the right and responsibility to continue covering you. Now, I try to make a joke out of it, by, okay, how I downplay you or how I back burner you is I don't mention your real name, and I kind of... that certain nomad ... or we'll do a kind of a play on your name, If your name is Linda, I'll call you Belinda. Or if your name is Fred, I'll call you Ted. It's like stuff like that, okay? We try to make it funny and we try to have some fun with it, but everybody knows that I'm talking about who. But I don't think, if you're going to keep your stuff out on YouTube, you're still going to be a public person. You still got hundreds and dozens and tens of thousands of people watching your videos. You don't have a right to tell other criticky type people like me not to cover you. I just don't think you have that right. But we have fun with it, okay? I'll back burner you for a while, but I'm still going to kind of mention you because you're still out there putting lots of stuff in public on YouTube. So that's what it is. So we have fun with it. There's about half a dozen major YouTube nomads that don't want me covering them. And, but they're still out there putting up super chats and doing live chats and raising money and doing fundraisers and putting up public comments and sometimes, doing, parody stuff and, putting up videos on a daily basis sometimes, making some decent money on super chat and AdSense revenues. And if you're going to do that, you can't just say don't cover me. It's like a politician. You're a city councilman or a senator or something, and you can't tell the press to just not cover you. Now, you can retire from your office and become a private citizen again, and then everybody will stop covering you. That's okay. But if you're going to stay in that public perch, then, you know, you cannot tell the press not to cover you. And it's the same thing here on YouTube. If you're going to be put up a channel that is available to the general public, and if you have a lot of subscribers, you know, anything over a couple thousand subs, I feel like, you know, you've made a decision to put your life in the public arena and people can talk about you. You know, again, if you want that to end, then not only do you tell the critical channels to not cover you anymore, but you take your videos down and skedaddle away from YouTube. It's like kind of with Dave 2D. Now, Dave 2D has not ever asked me not to cover him, but he has basically taken his channel down, at least taken everything private, and he still does post the occasional live stream, so he still technically is in the public eye. But if he actually took his channel down, and went off of YouTube, I'd probably stop covering him, unless, of course, you know, there was some other reason to continue covering him, you know? Oh, here we got a bunch of bikers coming. I'm gonna get run over here. I gotta watch it. Hello. Okay. Ooh, they almost ran me down. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. You know, so, you know, I do still cover certain people, but we have some fun with it. We change their names to protect the innocent, like they said in the old Dragnet. And, so I get that all the time. Why don't you mention so-and-so's name? Why do you use a fake name? Or his name isn't Kenny. You know, again, if you're going to put yourself in public arena, then you got to deal with it, and critics are part of that deal, okay? And that's that. And of course, it opens it up to it opens everything up to what's in the comments. You know, if you're going to put up your medical information, people are going to talk about it. If you're going to put up your spousal information and your friends and your family on your channel, people are going to talk about them too. But don't blame the critics, and don't say, hey, I want to be able to put all this stuff up in public, but I don't want anyone to talk about it. Because that just ain't the way it works in a quote-unquote free society, okay? You know, there is a thing in the United States called a public figure. And, basically a public figure is anyone who puts their life in front of the public. And it is kind of vague, but there is a actual definition of what a public figure is, and it's anybody who puts their life in a mass appeal public way. When you're a radio personality, when you're a politician, when you are the mayor of a town, when you are a talk show host, when you are a television presenter, a newsman or whatever, newswoman, a TV anchor, a YouTube creator. You are putting yourself, a newspaper columnist, a movie star, an actor. You're putting yourself in a public occupation where you are putting yourself in front of hundreds, thousands, millions sometimes people. I hope the wind noise. Wind! Why is it wind? Why are you making it windy? Why? Why? I should slow that down. Why? I'm like Mike, aren't I? It's like Mike, Living Free Mike. Now, he left 14 videos up, so technically he's still got his foot in the door of YouTube. But if he were to take his channel down and just say, I'm done with YouTube, erase all his old videos, and then go on and live a private life and get a job in Minneapolis and just do something where he's an accountant, or, you know, working at a grocery store or something where he's not in front of the public, I would definitely just say, done with Mike, no more talk about Mike. But the fact is, Mike still has his foot in the door. He still has a YouTube channel, and he could come back. And so, yeah, we can kind of talk about him. Now, there isn't a lot to talk about Mike these days because, you know, other than the occasional seeing him in Randy's video or something, we don't get to see much of him. But, you know, you kind of got to make a judgment call on everybody. But I just want to say, if you've got a lot of subs, you're putting out videos on a regular basis, you know, you can ask me, will you stop covering me? And I may just kind of go, okay, stick you on the back burner in a while. But if you're still putting stuff up in front of YouTube and getting tens and thousands of views every day, no, you don't have the right to tell me to not cover you. But we like to have fun with things. We like to have a lot of fun things here at the Camo channel. We try not to be too serious. So that's the explanation for that. So there, I hope I answered that question for you. If you got another question for me on a big topic issue, let me know in the comments below. Wind. Why? Why so much wind? Why?